Here are the 7 mistakes people make while designing a smaller space. My name is Charles Obi. I'm the creative director of Zuna's Interior. Number one mistakes that people make while designing a smaller space, making it looks like a smaller space cannot be luxurious. Number one mistake is using of excessive dark tones. People often use darker furnitures, litter the room with everything dark. This gives a sense of what compartment to the space. So when you are trying to design a smaller space, avoid the excessive use of dark furniture, dark materials. If you use a lighter material, this will help give the illusion of a larger space, and this will help improve aesthetics of your space. Number two is poor lighting. When you know that you have a smaller space, you should improve the smaller space by adding enough light. Adding enough light to the smaller space helps give that impression that the space is a bigger one. So when next you're designing your next room, which happens to be a smaller space, or your living room, which happens to be a smaller space, make sure you add adequate light. Number two is not making use of the vertical wall. You already have a smaller space. You cannot be putting everything on the floor. You must try to make use of the vertical wall, which is empty, by hanging wardrobe, any other items that you might need on the vertical wall. This will help, ease the compartment that comes as a result of putting things on the floor. And number four is the use of smaller rug. I always emphasize the use of a larger rug. When you use a small rug and the furnitures are not fitting properly inside the smaller rug, it gives this kind of contrast to the eye, making the eye to separate the rug and the furniture, giving you a sense of distinction between the room. So for you to design a smaller space, for you to have that luxury feel, and for you to also not feel like the smaller space is small, you have to get a rug that is big, that every foot or even just the front foot of the furnitures can enter into it. That is one thing again you have to consider. Now, five is not having a multi-purpose furniture or multi-purpose anything. If you have something that serves more than two purposes, then you've actually saved space, because the idea of designing a smaller space is to actually avoid jam packing everywhere with luggage. So if, for example, if you have a bed frame that has a storage unit under it, then you've actually saved space by storing some of your items under the bed frame, and then having a few wardrobes or just a wardrobe in your room. So this is important. Then again,